Igor Anton winning a stage in the Vuelta a number of years ago when Valverde and Vinokurov were playing a bit of cat and mouse with each other over the leader's jersey. And Anton going on to win the stage, much to his own surprise, I think. Now along the seafront, this is Geox. Menchov, a very fine time trialist, of course. And they're all strong riders here, but they definitely have the intent to win this overall. Not a great time on the day today. 17:13 for Geox. 43 seconds down on Leopard Trek, but they have most of their men together. At the back, Denis Menchov, twice a winner. They're on the left-hand side, twice a winner of this Vuelta a España. Oh, fastest time by 1/100th of a second. Is that 1 second? Sorry, for Leopard, for Liquigas ahead of Leopard Trek. And Leopard Trek, well, they were down to 5 minutes at the end. Certainly went off the ramp fast, Liquigas, didn't they?
Well, Euskaltel Euskadi are on 6 seconds down, so they've went well in the first half of the course, but I wouldn't say, I think they would get slower as we get to the finish.
Yeah, I think on this flat section where the bigger ruler type riders can really pummel it, riders like the Euskaltel Euskadi riders tend to suffer a little bit. They can probably go up the hills a bit quicker, or even if it's a small incline, they can probably go up pretty quick. Coming down, well, that's not too bad, of course, but it's along this bit that really counts. Vincenzo Nibali, number 1, right at the front, last year's Vuelta a España winner. Good win it was too. It'll be fascinating to see if he gets into a ding-dong battle in the mountains where he has to use his legendary now descending skills to attack somebody. He sort of thought he would do it this year, possibly in the Giro, but he didn't. Had the opportunity a couple of times and chose not to do so.
He's a year older now.
He's a year older now, yeah.
A bit wiser.
Little right-hand, left-hand flick along the seafront. And Liquigas fastest at the first, or the only intermediate checkpoint, 7 kilometers in by 1 second over Leopard Trek. Disappointing times for possibly Rabobank and certainly Saxo Bank. Garmin very disappointing, I think, probably for them. Rather than us, it's a great spectacle for us. Euskaltel Euskadi. Maybe it's not quite as true as it used to be that they're packed full of little climbers and nothing else. They tend to, over the last couple of years, brought on some riders who are not just great climbers, can do other things as well.
They're looking at, we're doing 51, 52 k's an hour. I wouldn't say they'd be beating Leopard Trek, but a reasonable performance for them. At 7 kilometers, they were 6 seconds down, but this is not their 40 on the flats, as we said before. You know, these guys can go up climbs at, you know, 20 odd k's an hour, but you can see them kind of shaking their heads at the moment, hanging on. But these guys, you know, sometimes find it difficult to ride at kind of 55 k's an hour, which the likes of Cancellara can do that so easily on these flat roads.
Yeah, it's just that couple of extra kilometers that kills them off. Kills anybody off. It's not. It's amazing if you just put an extra 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometers onto your speed, absolutely destroy people behind you. Doesn't matter how good a rider they are. Well, it's all getting. They're all giving everything. It's all a bit ragged across the road. They've got to get across the road. Igor Anton leads over. That's a good time, actually.
Yeah, it's a good time. Lost 22 seconds in the after 7 kilometers. So you're talking about 6.5 kilometers. They lost 22 seconds. Just goes to show you in the first part of the course with the incline kind of suits these guys, but on the flat they just not get that big power.
Blowout of the cheeks by Igor Anton. A final team then to come in. Liquigas, the defending champion. Vincenzo Nibali is in the number 1 or with the number 1 on his back in the red as defending champion. Nice tradition to be able to do that. Nibali going, I think Liquigas going pretty well still. They have enough men of sufficient time trialing ability on the flat to keep it pushing out here. The biggest difficulty for them is they're up against Leopard Trek with Fabian Cancellara, and you can do big turn at the front and then leave it for a bit and then do another big turn. I think this is going to be really touching. I'm not sure, Brian, that they will beat Leopard Trek's time. They were 1 second up on them at the halfway point, but I think possibly Leopard Trek have the edge on in the flat boys. Let's have a look. This was the intermediate, 1 second over Leopard Trek, 3 over Movistar, and 4 over Katusha. Into the final run in now for Liquigas. They're down to 5 men as well. Coming through these few tight corners, just a little ragged. They've got to keep themselves all together. Lead man just a little bit far ahead. It was Agnoli who were pushing through the corners, now tucks in behind. Brian, your gut feeling, will they beat Leopard Trek along the flat section of this? No,
I don't think so. They'll be there or thereabouts, but for me it looks as if Leopard Trek have got this one. Liquigas won't be too far away. Again, they've still got 1 kilometre to go, but they are riding hard.
They are very hard.
Because they've got 5 riders, and most of the riders we've seen have already got, finished with, 5 or 6 riders. So they won't be too far away, but still I think Leopard Trek are going to take this one today.
Well, it's a very, very respectable time. At the moment, 15:48 at this point. They've got about, what, 800, 750 metres to go. They might just nick it, you know. Long camera shot. 16:30 is the time they're aiming at for the win today for Vincenzo Nibali, the current Vuelta champion. Leopard Trek with Fabian Cancellara's help on that flat section. They're going to be very, very close indeed. They've got to come across to the line abreast. Agnoli has to drag himself up a little faster till they can get there. It's going to be very, very close, but no, outside of the time of Leopard Trek, but only just. 16:34, conceding 3 seconds on the flat, despite riding very hard indeed. Nibali finishes in second spot. He'll have to give over that jersey tonight. But that was a hard fight. They tried hard to win that, Brian. No,
it was a great effort, and we knew it would be close, but again, Leopard Trek setting the best time, and Vogelslang will be pulling on that red jersey.
Yes, he will. Vincenzo Nibali, who won in a sort of big struggle against Ezequiel Mosquera last year. A final climb when Mosquera attacked at the bottom and looked as though he'd made the big gap over Vincenzo Nibali, who then gradually ate up into it, gradually got back to his wheel again. Leopard Trek then take the win ahead of Liquigas and HTC High Road at 9 seconds. Fourth for Astana, good. We haven't spoken much about them, but very, very good for them. Not so good for Sky, though. 42 seconds down. Big problems, I think, somewhere. I think we don't know any more than you do. We didn't see any more than you did on the screen, and I would hazard a guess there was a problem for the Sky team. It seems a bit way off the mark to have not been a problem.
Yeah, I thought they would do well today. I'm just kind of looking at, as we see who were there. Benati's got a good chance of, if he gets up there on this stage tomorrow, taking that jersey off his teammate.
Yes, absolutely. Jakob Fuglsang is the leader of the Vuelta a España tonight, the 66th edition. Fabian Cancellara Maxime Monfort, Thomas Roriger and Daniele Benati are the top 5.